The football team opened the 2012 campaign in a big way, setting numerous records under the lights against McMurray College on Saturday. The Knights got on the board quickly in this one as they recover a blocked punt in the end zone after forcing a 3-and-out on defense to go up 7-0. Later in the first half, freshman quarterback Logan Schrader finds DJ Luft in the corner of the end zone, and Wartburg goes up 35-0 at that point. Then Schrader found Donald Miller, who takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line before Matt Castley pounded it across the goal line for another Wartburg touchdown. Knights lead 49-0 at halftime. Coming up next, the defense steps up big in this one as Jared Waters comes down with a leaping interception that led to yet another Knights touchdown. Then Drew Coy lays the lumber on the Highlanders quarterback coming up right here, who then had to stay on the ground for a few seconds just to catch his breath. The Wartburg defense held McMurray to just 5 yards of offense, a new record for the Knights. The backups took over in the second half, and Wesley Bates took 131 yards for 6, helping the Knights score a school record 73 points in the shutout victory. Let's hear from Coach.
Put our other guys in the game in the second half. I think those guys stepped up and kept playing at the standard that we expect, and so we're pleased with that.
Wartburg's defense held McMurray to a school record 5 yards of offense for the entire game. The Knights expect a tougher test next week when they play host to 17th ranked Bethel University. The game can be seen here, right here on WTV. To hear interviews from a few football players, check out the Sports Night page on Facebook. Now the women's soccer team returned home for the first time since their heart-wrenching loss in the playoffs last season, hosting another squad of Knights, this version hailing from Carleton College. Both teams struggled out of the gate as the game was played between the penalty boxes for most of the first half. Wartburg failed to capitalize on any of their 3 shots and went into halftime tied at 0. The second half started off well for the Knights as it seemed they were gaining momentum before Carleton's Bailey Albright put a shot in the bottom of the net in the 64th minute. Wartburg couldn't find the back of the nylon during the second half as they failed to convert on all of their 9 corner kicks. That ultimately proved to be their downfall as the Orange and Black dropped their home opener 1-0.
We didn't come out ready to play. We came out the second half and really took it at them for about 20-25 minutes, and then we found a lull again. Overall, I think we could have played better.
The Knights will look to bounce back Wednesday night when the University of St. Thomas comes to town. Now the men's soccer team also kicked off their season last Friday against UW Oshkosh, a game which they ended up tying 3-3 in double overtime. Before the season started for the men, I sat down with head coach Kirk Artis to take a look at the 2012 season.
To be honest with you, I think a lot of the guys know that last season was a little bit disappointing.
That's what head men's soccer coach Kirk Artis had to say at Wartburg's Fall Sports Media Day last week. However, after a successful offseason, including a trip to Spain, the men's soccer team is back and looking forward to a successful season led by some key captains.
Chris Crone, he's a senior from Cedar Rapids. He'll be in the defense. Brandon Cook will be in the attack. He's from Bondurant. He's also a senior. Bob Brown, who's a junior. He's from Iowa City. And then Brady Anderson, who's a sophomore. He's from Cedar Rapids as well.
Last year, the Knights went 8-10-1 overall, putting them 4th in the conference. This year, the men's team was picked 3rd in the Iowa Conference coaches' preseason poll.
Right there, I'm not going to read too much into that, but we should be up there again. We've been in the conference final 10 out of the last 11 years in the tournament there, so we should be up there challenging again.
The Knights return 8 starters and 28 letter winners from last year's squad, which puts Coach Artis at ease.
I think it's going to come together a lot quicker than it did last year, as well as those 8 returning starters coming back as well. So sitting here right here today, I think I have a much better idea of kind of where we're at than maybe where I was sitting here talking to you guys last season.
Coach also said he has seen some new leaders step up on the team in Kendall Stelk, Luke Salzwiedel, Tommy Running, and Eric Gunderson.
Their commitment level is at an all-time high, and really them taking some of the younger guys underneath their wings has been really impressive. If it's not on the field, on the varsity field, they're definitely going to be taking some of those younger guys underneath their wing and mentoring them along the way.
One key for Wartburg this season will be the defense. Last season, the men gave up 29 goals in 19 games.
Obviously, we're looking to defend our goal a little bit more. We let in a few too many goals last season, so that's one of our key points this preseason, this season, is to defend our net a little bit better, and obviously we're adding to the attack as well.
Overall, the Wartburg men's soccer team is focusing on their game every day.
We came up with a little bit of a vision going forward here for the soccer program, of waking up every day to get better, concentrating in practice and focus, and that we're going to fail, but to get better, we're going to get back up again and do the same thing over and over and over again until we get it right.
Now, the men's soccer team was in action today. However, they fell to Carleton College 3-1.
Now, Shelby, in that football game, a 73-0 victory over McMurray. That's kind of ugly, but next week it should kind of be the opposite story against a very good Bethel team. You mentioned they're ranked 17th in the country. What do you see coming up in that game?
It'll be a really good test for the Wartburg defense and offense. Our defense really stepped up in the last game, had a lot of stats, put up big numbers there. So it'll be interesting to see how they play against a team, that are more suited for their talent.
All right, that's all we've got for this block, and we'll be back in just 2 minutes.